here's part 2. In part 1, we got the hair and the head done. So now I'm going to do the ears. And these are actually pretty easy. Long bit of clay pointed at one side and not at the other. You can kind of pinch it like, around your finger as we've done for a couple other clay techniques just to create a small portion of depth kind of in the ear. But I don't think it matters a whole lot. You just don't want it to be too flat. And again, toothpick or some type of tool would be helpful here, where you can kind of push the clay. I guess I'll just use my hand. Push the clay into the clay. And at this point, again, we're going to be moving kind of this hair back and forth all through the head. And you can probably move it, or you should move it to put the ear in. But it's good that we did put the hair in so you kind of know where the ear is going to be. You know what I'm saying? So if it seems like, we're moving the hair, and it's like, why did you put the hair in so soon? But I feel like, at least for me, the hair kind of gives you good guidelines as to where to put the other parts of his face. So that's why we did that first. And I'm kind of infamous at this point for putting things on and then taking it off, or, not realizing that we should have put that on first, or, stuff like that. So keeping in scale, put the other ear on. Just gotta make sure that's on good enough. Alright, cool. So we got this. We got this. Link has kind of, that hair kind of down from where his ears are, so we're gonna put that there next. And this is simply just a small kind of bit of clay like that. We'll move that hair again. And, right where the ear is, we'll kind of just put it, right where the ear is on both sides. You might have to just be slightly careful about how many times or how hard you're kind of pulling the hair. And you want to make sure that these little things we just put on don't get in the way or stick a whole lot to his face. But I just want to put them on now because I was afraid I was going to forget. And they're not actually in scale very well. Let me fix that. Alright, so this goes here. Alright. Alright, good. So we got this going on so far. Next, I'm going to do the hat. We do have to put kind of like those little earrings Link has, because I want this to be that accurate. So we'll do that. We'll do that after the hat and after his neck and stuff, because that's, I don't know, I feel like that's more like detailing. So this is the green I was talking about. Just kind of the green. So the green greens from Kirby. No, but this stuff. So the hat. Alright. I'm trying to think of the best way to do this. Oh, this might be one of those colors that really stains your hands. I don't know. It's green. It's kind of staining my hands, but I don't know if it's going to kind of rub off on the other clay, so I'll have to kind of see. So, alright, for the hat, make a circle and then point it downward. And I think this is essentially what we're going to do. I'm just going to kind of see how. Alright. Then I'm going to say with your thumb, kind of do this. I guess visual is the best way to explain it. So then we have a wide area, and then we can kind of put the hat on. That worked out pretty. I think I'm getting green all over the place. Yeah, I recommend you kind of be careful with this green. That's actually a really good kind of technique to start. I'm just going to kind of I would say that's a really good kind of first step for getting this on his head. But then I'm going to add some clay kind of to the bottom here because his hat's kind of long. And like I said, which was kind of in an awkward way because I put my finger on his head and I really didn't know if that was green from my hand or from just other colors already being mixed in with the peach or whatever. But yeah, I think you should wash your hands or wipe them when you're using this green because it's one of those vibrant colors. So yeah, I guess we're kind of gonna make like maybe like that little like what are they called? Telescopes, or maybe they're not telescopes. I don't know, on like submarines, like that thing. I guess we're kind of gonna make that shape. We have to make it long, I guess. It just looks really weird when it doesn't cover his whole head. All right, so I guess what we're gonna do is push the hat on him very gently from all kind of angles. And at this point, we can kind of secure the hair into place because we're not really going to be putting it back, back or anything. And this was good that we already put the ears on and stuff, so we got this. I'm just going to fix the hair a little bit. Those little things that we put on behind or in front of the ears are kind of slipping off on mine. Alright. And now, I guess I'm kind of just going to pull this down. I guess we can do like that, and make sure the hairline is all the way to the back of the hat, and there's no kind of peach, like between the hair and the hat. I think this is as good as we're gonna be able to do right now. I'm gonna add the neck on right now. And I don't have any toothpicks because I used the rest of them for Peppy, so I'm gonna have to do this with a toothpick. Alright. So just a small bit of clay, and again, because what we did with the chin, we have kind of an area where we can put the neck. I would probably recommend a toothpick for this part. It would be a lot easier. And then once you got that kind of in, just secure it. This actually works pretty well for kind of securing the clay. Alright. So we got this. I was actually planning on kind of putting hair kind of, I guess, like on the back of his head, but we can't really do that because there's not a whole lot of room left. With that said, I'm going to push the ears in just a little bit. Just kind of push them down. And fix the hair a little bit like this. And this is as far as we have so far with our link. I think I'm going to end this part here. I'm kind of going to keep the parts a little bit shorter because there's probably going to be a lot more of them. I'm expecting this to probably break the most parts for tutorial. So, with that said, this is the end of part 2, and part 3 we'll get into the face up next.